Kick your shoes off, take a load off. Don't go nowhere till the show's off. Oh, you know it's gonna be a movie when you got Cletus Cassidy on your TV. Yeah, already know Mr. Funny Man. Coming to you and making you laugh again. Started off on the radio, now we got the Cletus Cassidy Show. Cletus Cassidy Show. Already know Mr. Funny Man. Coming to you and making you laugh again. Started off on the radio, now we got the Cletus Cassidy Show.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning to you. Welcome to another edition of See You in the Morning. I am, of course, your host, Cletus Cassidy. So excited to be in the building with y'all on today, man. No matter where you're watching, no matter where you're listening, man, it is a fantastic morning. It is Wednesday, hunch day, man. You got to get the hunching on today. You got to do it. You got to get into it. It is so exciting. I'm so excited to be in the building today. Now, normally I start my show off by expecting, I'm gonna still do what I normally do. Welcome to See You in the Morning. My horrible idea to get up every morning to give y'all way too much of my personal business. Put all my little stuff out there. It is what it is. There's so much when you live publicly. You never know what's gonna pop up. People that you think are your friends, they're gonna point out, put your twerk videos out there, asking for prayer for your wife. It's a lot happening in my life, but this is what I do. I get up here, I put too much of my personal business out there in these streets. I do it all the time. I let people know this is who I am. This is what I do. So I'm excited about that. Wherever you're watching, whether you're watching on Instagram, Facebook, wherever you're watching, I like to welcome you all into the show. I'm also IT. So if you ever see me avert my gaze from camera one, because I'm over in camera two, on the Instagram side, doing the Instagram thing. My eye itches. What does that mean when your eye itches? Every other itchy part of your body means something. When your hand itches, I think it means getting money. If your ear itches, I think that means that somebody's talking about you. What happens when your eye itches? That means somebody's looking at you. I'm always feeling like somebody's watching me. That's what I felt like with my eye itching. But today is Wednesday, man. If this is your first time hearing this, you're about to experience something so cold. If you've been here before and you found it out robbery to come back and watch again, I appreciate you because you could have been anywhere in the world, but you chose to be here with me, and that makes me feel good on all my inward parts. I start the show off the same way every time, is by saying good morning to all the people that speak to me throughout the many various ways that you can watch. And of course, you can remind yourself you can watch right here on Facebook Live. You can also watch on Instagram or on YouTube. That's usually the way you can pick up the replay, is on Instagram. On Facebook Live. Facebook no longer live, but I'm not dead. On Facebook, just regular Facebook, or you can catch the replay on YouTube if you need to watch the replay. Now, if you're watching right now, you don't have to watch the replay. Of course, you can just be like, okay, I'm not watching today and come back later. That's all well and good. The first thing I do on the show is I speak to everybody that speaks to me. I say good morning to y'all. Just trying to be a little friendly, just trying to be user friendly. So I do that. The first 4 people, it used to be 3, but now I get 4 because I was always giving out 4 anyway. First 4 people get the mythical morning medals, man. So coming in aluminum 4th this morning is Marche Copeland, the nasty lady herself. Welcome, Marche. Bronze medal goes to Franita, our Spanish representative. Ada Seaborn with the silver this morning. Good morning, Ada. And Melissa M. Kuthalite Luther with the gold. So Melissa with the gold, Ada with the silver, Franita with the bronze. Aluminum 4th goes to Marche. Also in the building is LBB, Lisa Bazemore Bishop, Christopher Wilson. It'll Mr. Wilson in the building. Dolores is in here. Tanisha, the Black Soccer Mom. Out here, just Black Soccer Mom, man. Black Soccer Mom, BSM. And I know when you first see BSM, you start thinking whips and chains, but BSM is for Black Soccer Mom. Let's Line Dance, good morning. How are you this morning? Got updates, got a lot of stuff, got to get into it. First and foremost, happy birthday to my good friend Tequila. I know Tequila's not watching because she's out somewhere working, but merry birthday to Tequila. I don't want to tell everybody what your age is. I will not tell anybody that you turned 47 today. Good morning, Talmadge Hunt, man. How are you today? Jamal Staten, what's going on, man? He said, I made it to a live finally, man. Thank you for making it to a live, brother Jamal. It's crazy because I just thought about you this morning, man. Well, not thought about you because that would be weird. But I was like, oh, man, I ain't seen any of Jamal's. I don't know if the algorithm kicked you out. I hadn't seen your videos recently. I thought, man, I ain't seen one of Jamal's videos recently. So big shout out to Tequila, man, for her birthday. Tequila. Not only is she a great person, she's an excellent drink and a bartender. So that's kind of weird. So big shout outs. I was the only one that thought whips and chains when I saw BSM. I'm telling you, other people think BSM. Nobody's thinking Black Soccer Mom. Nobody's thinking Black Soccer Mom. I hate the homies. What's going on, fam? I hate the homies is a great name. Over y'all can't see Instagram and Facebook, two totally different venues. On Instagram, nobody has their real name. On Instagram, it's some kind of name, Big Booty Twan, your mama likes prostitutes, all of that. Nobody has a real name, so you don't know who anybody is on. Meanwhile, full government names on Facebook. I'm talking about full government. It'd be like John Quincy Adams. Oh, Griffiths, I hate the homies. So you never know who anybody is. That's why you had the show I Hate the Homies, which is great. So you go over there on Instagram, you never know who anybody is, man. Instagram is the place to go when you want to be burner accounted. When you want to do the burner account, you go right ahead, be like, boom, Instagram. You be like, hey, I'm gonna come up with a name, man. Your mama don't wear no draws at Instagram.com, and you just in there. Now you can just create havoc. Put a little picture of a goat or something up, and you riding. So big BSM. They might not have think Black Soccer Mom, but when somebody says BSM is right there on the level. BSM, that's whips and chains. I'm telling you. Yes, I know I Hate the Homies is your sports show, Griff. I've never been invited on there. I know sports because I'm a Bronco fan. You clearly don't know anything about sports because you're a Raiders fan. But we'll get into that later on, man. I would love to come on I Hate the Homies. I'm not going to hold my breath waiting on the invitation. So after we talk birthdays, good morning, Lazaria. How are you? After we talk birthdays always lead into cake. Yesterday, we had an interesting discussion. We tried to figure out what type of cake my wife should make. My wife all of a sudden has gotten this bug, and she's a cake making machine. I ain't even finna lie to you. My wife is using her cakes to make cake. If I didn't already love her for her cakes, I would love her for her cakes. You take it however you want to take it. If I didn't already love her for her cakes, I would love her for her cakes. So she's been out there making cakes. She's made now most of it is pound cakes. She's gone apple pound cake. She's gone sweet potato pound cake. She's gone not Nutella, Biscoff pound cakes. She's out there just making cakes, pound cakes. She's pounding the cakes. It's a little bit of a role reversal. She's pounding cakes. So she's making all kinds of pound cakes. So yesterday I asked y'all what should be her next kind of pound cake. Or no, my uncle asked her to make a chocolate cake. So I asked she should make a chocolate pound cake or regular chocolate cake. And she decided to go chocolate pound cake. Let me tell y'all something. One of the most decadent cakes I've ever had in my life. I don't really eat sweets like talking about it. I got my fat the old-fashioned way. By eating late, putting on too many eating late, eating too many calories, not exercising. That's how I put my weight on. I don't have a sweet tooth. That's not my thing. I'm not big on sweets. But let me tell y'all something. I ate like 12 pieces of cake yesterday. I had to eat about half a cake yesterday. I came in, I got home right when the cake was still warm. And I ain't even gonna lie to you, ain't nothing like warm cakes. Ain't nothing like warm cakes. Y'all get it. First of all you people that like to eat refrigerated cakes, y'all pretty much are serial killers. If that's your thing, and I know people who like I just like my cake cold. If you are into the refrigerated cakes, I pretty much think you're a serial killer. I really think you really got a couple of screws loose. You are pretty much Jeffrey Dahmer. You probably eat people. If you are into refrigerated cakes, the best cake is warm cake. You take that cake. That's why I don't really care for my cake with icing on it, because the icing all melts when you put it in. That cake, fresh out that oven, warm, maybe not piping hot, but warm cake, ain't nothing like warm cake. Warm cake is what God created for us. It's the same thing as I don't understand why people like cold bread. Warm bread is what you want. When I go somewhere and they bring them rolls to the table, I don't even want them if they cold. Here's my thing. And here's what really makes me feel like is a whole level of disrespect. Why are you breaking me cold bread and butter? What is the butter going to do now? The bread is cold as ice. Why is you bringing me butter? What is the butter going to do? But butter just sitting there looking at you. Someone make a move. The butter, that's the face the butter makes at you. When you take that butter out of the thing and put it on a piece of warm bread, the butter just be like, it don't even spread. You can't even get the butter to spread. The butter just like, bring me warm bread. I don't care what kind. I hate when the restaurants bring me that cold, hard bread, that brick of bread. You gonna bring me a brick of bread, a kilo of bread? I'd rather not. Warm the bread up, have the bread warm. That's the way it's supposed to be. That's also the way cake's supposed to be. Cake, warm cake. I know some people like cold cake. No, sir. Give me a piece of warm cake. But yesterday, my wife made cake. Now, I don't know what my uncle was doing. The butter be hard. The butter be on this thug izzle. So I don't know what my uncle was doing. We didn't even tell my uncle we was making a cake yesterday. It wasn't we that she was making a cake yesterday. My uncle must have just been circling my house because my wife called my uncle. She sent him a text. Hey, I made this cake. My uncle was here. My uncle was like, I'll be there in 5 minutes. He was there in 2.5. Came through. We gave him half a cake. He was all in. I gotta give my wife her flowers while she still got allergies. That cake was cranking. I don't know. Like the young people say, the cake was a missile, scud life. So she caked it up yesterday. So big shout out to my wife for caking it up yesterday. That don't mean you come in here though. No. You left your stuff in my studio on purpose so that you could come in here. Hey, hon. She came in. Yeah, she can come in today. She made the cake. The cake was there, so she was able to come in today. I ain't even mad. When you make cake that good, you're able to come into the room. So that was the cake situation yesterday. Now, yesterday I wasn't home most of the day. Spent most of the day out of the house. I left the house after the show yesterday. Went to football practice. We had a good football practice, and then I rode out of town with a friend of mine. I was a passenger prince. I just rolled out of town with a friend of mine. A friend of mine was like, he was going out of town. I was like, dog, I'm gonna ride with you. So I was like, boom, let's ride. We riding out. We rode out of town. And when I say out of town, we ain't going nowhere but Richmond, state capital. About an hour and a half drive. We hit the road real quick. Boom. So we didn't get to be part of apparently the apocalyptic rain that hit the 757 area. Now, here's what I'm going to tell y'all now. The 757 can withstand a lot of stuff. But we are one torrential downfall from being a movie. We are one hurricane away, one torrential downfall from being the day before the end of the world, tsunami. We all of those things, because this area can't handle rain. I'm gonna tell you, this area can't handle. If everybody were to get together and spit at the same time, we wipe this whole area out. What's going on, Pastor Shy? I know you was working today, man. That's why I was ready. I got some relationship Wednesday stuff for you if you available, man. The invite is still there, man. The link hasn't changed at all. If you can, I know you got other responsibilities. So we kind of taping. This area can't handle it. And I'm gonna tell you the main reason why this area can't handle torrential rain. Not just because of the flooding. Places get flooded all the time. This area is all over the place. The area is, without question, below sea level. We are below sea level. I was in Richmond yesterday. The house that I went to had a basement. Perfect. The basement was amazing. I've always wanted a basement because the basement to me is the perfect man cave. It's still in the house, but just downstairs, you got to go and you enter into a whole different world. It was great. It had its own closet, bathroom, everything. Perfect man cave. The perfect man cave. But when you live below sea level, you can't have no man cave because you might as well have an indoor pool. Every time it rains, it's flooding that whole thing out. Well, we can't handle flooding because the level of stupid in this area is disproportionate to, I think, any other area. The level of stupid that's available in this area is disproportionate to the level of stupid in any other area throughout the world. And here's why I say it, because this is a transient area. We're much like Atlanta and different other areas where nobody that's here is from here. What's going on, J.D. Martin Luther King? My man Elton, what's going on, brother? Nobody that is here is from here. Everybody that's here is from somewhere else. It's a Navy town, very transient. I would say the breakdown of people from here to people who have just been placed here is probably about 60-40. Now, a lot of times people end up getting placed here and never leave, but they are originally from somewhere else. And the level of dumb just doesn't help. City of Norfolk yesterday, they had the rain. Downtown Norfolk is an area that's usually, now here's the thing, bad planning on whoever planned Norfolk originally. Originally, most downtown areas, if you ever go in any city, especially in the South, if you go in any city, usually the downtown area, even though they call it downtown is usually on an elevated area. Downtown Richmond is in an elevated area. Most areas, even downtown Portsmouth, High Street, it's the highest street in the city. They usually put it in an elevated area to help avoid, especially back in that time when they didn't have great indoor plumbing or any plumbing at all. They didn't have sewers and things of that nature. It was to help avoid flooding. Downtown Norfolk is like just the opposite. Let's put it in the lowest lying area in Norfolk. So every time it rains, complete flooding. Complete flooding. And so they got a lot of overpasses. They got trains. They don't want you to have to hold up and wait for the train traffic. You got an underpass or it's an overpass. You can, whichever, depending on which way you're going. If you're the train, it's an overpass. You're driving under it, it's an underpass. Them things flood every time. 57,000 feet of water. And it don't take a rocket scientist to see that it's flooded. Overpass goes down like this. This leads me to yesterday's biggest idiot. Stupidity and floods don't go together. Sometimes you feel sorry for people, sometimes you don't. And I don't never want people to be famous for stupidity, but this lady gets it. This lady gets it.
Somebody's car is literally, there's a car literally under there. No. I can't. Why would you do that?
Why the hell would you do that? Come on now.
I gotta get my child. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know why they would do that. You gonna have to swim out. You better get out and swim out.
Bro, you gonna have to get on out.
You gonna have to try to swim out. You gonna have to get out, get on top of your car and get up here.
That was some dumb shit.
Get your bag and get on out. Cause that's a car underneath there. There's a car underneath that. There's a car. There's a car sunk under there. So you gonna have to
tell me you tired of making your car payments without telling me you tired of making your car payments. Tell me you done. Tell me you are sick of, I don't even know what kind of car that was.
Somebody's car is literally, there's a car literally under there.
Tell me you sick of your vehicle without telling me you sick of your vehicle. You can throw that thing straight into Noah's Ark. No idea. And I'm going to tell you what I love about black people. Black people ain't helping you when you're dumb. Any other situation, I think the black people would have jumped in and helped save her life. But because you stupid, they were just like, that's dumb. Nobody, what I love about it, that lady, the first thing she said, look, I got to go pick up my kids. I ain't got time to save you. Hey, you going to have to jump out of there. She had to tell her the obvious. She had to give her the obvious. She's like, you had to get out of there. I don't even think that lady figured out that she needed to get out of her vehicle. I don't even think she had figured out that she needed to get out of the vehicle. She's like, you're going to have to get out of there. You're going to have to come, roll the window down. They had to give her step-by-step instructions. Roll the window down and get out. Now, she's lucky the car hadn't lost power yet. Because if the car had lost power, she'd have been stuck in there. And I'm going to tell you what they won't going to do in Norfolk. Not in that area in Norfolk. Won't nobody jumping in there risking their life to save her. They were like, you on your own, ma'am. They would have reported it to the police exactly what happened. But what they want to do is jump in there. She thought she was driving a tugboat. Hilarious. She dove right on it. What about it? What about the situation? Let's take this thing from point to point.
Somebody's car is literally, there's a car literally under there.
At any point, she could have stopped.
Dumb. Somebody's car is literally, there's a car literally under there. She didn't
even brake. You don't see no brake lights. Come on. She is hood deep in water. Now that it's floating, I think she done put
Why
on.
would you do
I think
that?
She stepped on the brakes. But now your car floating. Your truck ain't supposed to float, ma'am. You are in too much water. Windshield still.
I gotta get my child. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know why they would do that. You gonna have to swim out. You better get out and swim out.
That right there is the funniest thing to me. When she like, I don't know what to tell you.
You gonna have
to try to swim out. You gonna have to get out, get on top of your car and get up here. Get your bag and get on out. Because that
she's not there for help. She has already made it clear. I gotta go get my kids. I gotta go pick up my child. Grab your bag. Go ahead and get your little bag. That's what she told her. Go ahead and get your little bag. Go ahead and get your little bag. Go ahead and get your little bag. Come on. The level of stupid. Go and get your little bag. Get your little bag and come on through him. They helped her like her name was Radio. Go and get your bag. Where my pie? Go on, come on here. And I'm gonna tell you right now, that lady that had to go get her child, she had a limited amount of time that she was gonna be out there with her. She won't fit to be out there with her all day. You got a limited amount of time that I'm gonna be out here with you trying to get you out this water. And listen, because who told you to drive through this? Who told you to drive through it? Now, the man that was swimming in the water, I thought that was hilarious. I thought that was hilarious. Listen, it's your skin. That ain't no pool, sir. I know the rainwater is pure, but once that water hit the ground, you know how many animals they let walk through that? I mean, first of all, the animals that just live out there, but people that let their dogs come out, poop, pee, all that, that's all that you done got. You done ingratiated all of that into your skin because you want to be like, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity for me to swim in the flood waters of downtown. Now, the jet ski, I was with. The jet ski in the middle of the street, I'm all for that. That's the kind of foolishness I'm with. I'm with jet ski. If I had a jet ski, I would have been there. The jet ski is fine. I'm all right with that. Swimming, not doing it. Jet ski, all in. I'm jet skiing all up and down the street. Because first of all, what y'all gonna do? Come pull me over. You can't. This is going to be a 12-hour pullover because what I'm going to do, if you start flashing your lights telling me I can't be on my jet ski in the middle of the street, first of all, ain't no rule that said I can't have no jet ski in the middle of the street. It's a motor vehicle. Jet ski is a motor vehicle. I can run my motor vehicle in the street. I was in my lane. I followed all the rules. You can't do it. So if you want to come pull me over, come pull me over. I'm going to jet ski out into the middle of the water. And we're going to have ourselves a Mexican standoff. Because I'm going to be right here. I ain't going nowhere. I'll be right here. Either you swim out here to give me my ticket, or we're going to wait for all this water to recede. I ain't going nowhere. Come holler at me, cuz. Matter of fact, I'm going to just take off. It's a motor vehicle. No, listen, I don't need the 4-water part. When I go to court, I'm going to ask the judge, is this or is this not a motor vehicle? There is nothing in the statute that says motor vehicles made for the road. Now, they have things that say our thing's street legal, but they don't have anything. Nothing covers jet skis. Ain't nothing in that DMV book that covers a jet ski. This says motor vehicles. This is a motor vehicle. I have my helmet on. I'm good. I wish they would. I wish they would have pulled me. I'm telling you, we would have had a whole scene. It would have been a standoff on Brambleton. Y'all need to go help Dum Dum that drove her car into the water. I'm in a water vehicle. You go drive. You go get Dum Dum in her Jeep. She drove her Jeep into the water. Pull her over. Leave me alone. Go get Jim Bob that's swimming. The first bath he done took all day. And you would have thought that it rained 27 inches. No, it didn't rain a submarine yesterday. It rained a tugboat. It didn't even rain a tugboat. It rained a jet ski. What was it, about 30 minutes of rain? What was it, 2 inches? You try to figure out how 2 inches of rain can flood a whole city. You're the reason they have to change charters in cities because of the one exception. Change them. You should have known that this day, well, you shouldn't have known this day was going to come. But I'm telling you, I'm going to give you what the rule, this is what the rule says. You don't say nothing about this. Where is that? Show me in black and white where it says I can't have a jet ski in the road. What's going on, beautiful creative? How are you today? Patricia Pippen on both sides. Show me where it says I can't have a jet ski in the road. You show me where I can't have a jet ski, fine. But what you're going to do, you're going to have to come out here and show me. I'm not coming to you. I'm going to stay right in the middle of the street. What first thing y'all say when y'all arrest somebody? Freeze, don't move. All right, not moving. I'm right here in the middle of 8 feet of water. You send Aquaman out here to give me the ticket. You send Aquaman. That's what I want. Send Aquaman. Send him. That's the only way I'm getting this ticket. Only way I'm getting this ticket today. So y'all know what Wednesdays are normally, even though, you know, we started off with it being Hunch Day, normally we got my man Pastor Shy and we couldn't connect yesterday. And when I talked to him, I got a very good reason. And usually it is a wedded Wednesday with Pastor Shy. Real talk, stronger relationships, kingdom purpose. The man's got an amazing book out in the streets, and he's usually on to talk about being married and give some kind of wisdom to people who are married, but he wasn't available today. So because he wasn't available today, I'm just going to ask y'all a question. I'm going to ask y'all a question, and I'm going to go ahead and put myself in the doghouse. I'm going to make a statement that's going to get me in trouble. Probably, but it shouldn't, because it was an accident. Not like driving through 27,000 feet of water. Not like driving 20 leagues under the sea. It's a complete accident. I'm very much a creature of habit. Very much a creature of habit. There are things that I don't normally, that I always do. I walk out the house with a hat on. 9 out of 10 of y'all don't know what I look like without a hat on. I'm going with a hat on all the time. First of all, I think I look funny without one. I just think I'm funny looking. I'm going to admit it. Probably not the most handsome man without a hat on. That hat fixes my frame, my head, throws everything off. That hat makes me look a whole lot better. That's just a reality of who I am, and I'm okay with it. I know who I am. I look better with a hat on. I'm always gonna have my glasses on. Point blank, can't see. If I don't have my glasses on, I usually have my contacts. If you see me in the streets and I got no glasses on, I usually have my contacts on. Even when I have my contacts on, I usually throw my metas on. I usually have my meta glasses on. 2 things, hat and glasses. We frame in the face. I'm not 100% sure which look I like better. Sometimes I think I look better without glasses. Sometimes I think I look better with glasses. I think people are more adjusted to seeing me with glasses. Ladies, we'll ask you this question. While we here, since we made this pit stop, hats and glasses. Ladies, what do you think about men? Ladies, what do you think about men in hats? I think that you're supposed to wear that hat all the way up. As a man, your hat style changes. Right now, I'm still in baseball caps, and I'm cool in baseball caps. I think eventually, what up, Illmatic Beats? I think eventually I'm gonna have to move to fedoras. Fedoras, Kangos, those are old man hats. I'm still in the era of young man hats. And it should be a team hat. I think I'm okay with a hat. I wear hats everything. Formal occasions, don't matter. I put on a suit, put on a cap. Bow. I might put on a fedora when I get ready to go out there. Put a nice, as the older fellas say, put on a nice brim. That's me. I try to make my hat match my outfit. But ladies, how do y'all feel about men in glasses? This is the question of the day. Men in glasses. You can't help that the man can't see. You can't help that his prescription is off, that his vision is impaired. But how do y'all feel about men in glasses? Is that a sexy look? I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. Whenever I watch television, whenever I see People magazines, top 20 sexiest men or whatever, DJ Elmida say stay with the fittest and the snaps. Whenever I see whenever they choose the sexiest man alive, it is never a guy in glasses. Is Idris Elba still sexy in glasses? A lot of people love Idris Elba. The ladies love them some Idris Elba. They love them some Idris Elba. They love some Idris. Is Idris better with or without glasses? Let's look at it. Let's just take a look. And I'm only using Idris Elba because that's who all the ladies say is sexy. I don't have a personal wait, get out of here. I don't have a personal preference. Bam. Idris Elba and glasses. That's Idris with glasses. Lisa said she's cool with a man in glasses. It's sexy for some, not everybody. Long as the glasses frames fit their face. Some said I like glasses. JD said, does give an elevated look. We both can be blind. Y'all be blind together. Stevie Wonder and Helen Keller. Hershey Kiss said, ain't nothing wrong with it, but sometimes it can give irked. Melissa said, the frame has to be right. You got to have the right frame. If your frame ain't right, I don't know what the right frame is. I found a frame that I like. Boom, I like these. I like my I really like my Ray-Bans. I like the look of them. I got another pair. I got some Coach ones in here somewhere. I like my Ray-Ban. I think the Ray-Bans give me a Malcolm X kind of a serious kind of kind of a look. I like that too. It gives me an any means necessary type look. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel that as well. And then I go sometimes no glasses. I have my contacts on. Like right now, I have no idea what the comment section says. I can't see it. I can see me. But I can't read the comments. I gotta put them on. Good morning. It gives uncle. Yeah, I wear my contacts. I do wear my contacts. I got those. I don't put them on. Like I put contacts on. So to be honest, a lot of times I put on contacts if I know I'm in a situation where I got to take pictures. The frame that brings out your best features. What are my best features? Is my cheeks, and not the ones up here. What are my best features? What are my best features? My abs. My glasses gonna bring that out. Judge Holder said rock glasses are, and I don't know what that one means. It's cool, I guess. I don't know what glasses will bring out your best, but I usually wear glasses if I gotta take pictures. Like for example, I hate the fact that you can see my Ring camera in the glasses. I hate it. So what's your best facial feature though? Melissa, I don't know. They like, oh, I picked these glasses because they really highlight my nose. I don't even know what my best facial feature is. I don't know if men have facial features. What's a man? I guess they say the cheekbone, but I got a whole beard. You can't see my face. You don't know what's happening in my face. What if I got a really strong chin? You don't know my chin is strong? Because I got facial, I got scruff. The scruff covers all of it up. You don't know what's happening under there. My chin could be grossly misshapen, and you have no idea because of this scruff. Beards save lives. I think beards are way more important than glasses. I cut my beard off. I'm not coming outside for a week. It's got to grow back. I'm not coming back out until it grows back. Oh, I'm 100% a radio face. Let me tell you something. This was so you say that I'm gonna get it to the point why I'm probably gonna be in trouble. Our Wedded Wednesday subject. I'm gonna tell you the truth, Denzel. Do you know the number of women that would be disappointed when I would have to do live appearances when I was on radio? When I was on radio, man, I'm talking on radio. People be like, they done made up in their mind what I look like on radio. I get out there, man. We go do a live appearance. They be like, "It's you?" That's one of the worst. That's one of the worst feelings you could ever get is when people meet you in person. Like when people have heard you on radio. Not everybody gets this feeling. Everybody gets this. When you have done radio for a long time, people have made up in their mind what you look like. It's women at home fantasizing. And they like, oh, it's the Quiet Storm guy. I know he's super sexy. Blah 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 blah. Then you pop out and you see him, and they be like, oh. Hey, they'll come and ask you. They'll be like, people will come up to me all the time, be like, hey, is Cletus here? And I'll be like, hey, I am Cletus. And they'll be like, oh. The level of disappointment. The level of disappointment people get because women create what radio, men do it too. That's why the chat lines used to jump in the 1990s. The chat line used to jump. You get on that chat line, you listen to a young lady talk, you be like, woo, boy, I got me a stone cold killer. And then you would meet her in person and you had a stone cold killer whale. It would just be different. The voices don't always match. The voices don't always match. People associate a voice. They see something different. Oh yeah. Denzel killed you. Because right at this point, I ain't even finna lie to you. At this point, your name has to match. You can't name nobody Denzel. If you name your child Denzel, they got to grow up to be super handsome. Got to be talented. They got to have a voice. That you can't do it. Certain names people already have predisposal about. Ain't nobody, if you notice out of all the names, names be catching on all the time. You get somebody famous, people name their kids after them. Yeah, a whole bunch. Ain't a whole lot of people named Idris. Ain't a whole lot of people named Idris. No, sir. Because you already set your child up. I mean, that's why my name is Illmatic. It's mysterious. No, I know your real name. Your mama ain't name you Illmatic. I know your name. Deion Cole said a man must have a stash and some sort of beard. Here's the thing. Deion Cole, I didn't know Deion Cole said that, but here's one thing I say. I never trust a man with no facial hair. If you're not in the military and you don't have facial hair, I don't trust you. If you ain't in the military, if you can't, and you got to show me your active duty paperwork. If I meet a man that ain't got no facial hair as a grown up, something's wrong. You a molester, you cross-dress, something's wrong. Ain't no reason for no man to be clean shaven. You show me a clean shaven man that ain't in the military and ain't something wrong with him. Something is wrong with that clean shaven man. I'll Dominic. I don't trust the pencil goatee, but I'll accept that as some sort of facial hair. You got that razor thin, just that line down there. It is super weird. Super weird. But I'm be like, okay, I'm gonna get to you. If you just got that little real thin, and nothing in here, just a thin. Now you don't have to go whisper thick. The whispers was doing too much. Like, if it's your job, I take it. For example, my uncle is a basketball referee. My uncle says as basketball referees, it's in the basketball referee manual that they can't have facial hair. They got to shave their facial hair off. They got to be clean shaven, the referee. I don't know what my beard has to do with my ability to call a basketball play, but they say it's about the presentation, about professionalism. So they tell the refs they can't do it. My husband gets angry when he sees a clean-faced man. Because you immediately think pedophile. I'm letting y'all know right now, fellas, if you out there and you thinking about cutting it all off, you cut it off, everybody gonna think you're a pedophile. You better be in the police department, fire department. I know the fire department can't wear them because they got to be able to put the mask on. I know sometimes in the shipyard, like if you don't have a medical or professional reason to have that no facial hair, I don't trust you. I run up on a man, I see a man ain't got no facial hair. I might see him in the airport or something, be like, man, how long you been in the military? You like, I ain't in the military. Oh, okay. Law enforcement? No. I'm moving. I'm moving my kids away from them. Terry, you completely different. Now, there's always exceptions to every rule. There's always an exception to every rule. Everybody says everybody's facial hair don't connect, though. Braun has saved men's lives out here. I'm going to tell you this. 2 sets of butt cheeks is crazy. I'm going to tell you this, Terry. You're an exception to the rule. You're the exception to every rule. You're the exception to every rule. Sometimes you're just so handsome, it don't matter. Sometimes that's it. Terry Butler has been the exception to every rule. Oh, Beijing. Terry Butler is the exception to every rule. Terry Butler is out here. You can do whatever you want to, Terry. You were just born with stunning good looks. I ain't afraid to say it. I've known Terry almost my whole life. Terry just born with stunning good looks. You're the exception to every rule. 3rd grade, you went to school in a suit. If you started it off by going to school in a suit in the 3rd grade, you grew up that way. Terry Butler. That's who he is. That is who he is. That is Pretty Ricky Fontaine. That's Pretty Ricky. Pretty Ricky, what they call him. Pretty Ricky, what they call him. Ladies, I could have used Terry as my example if I wanted to. Terry Butler, man, just a stunningly handsome guy. And we get it. We get it, Terry. You the exception. You ain't got to put a bit of facial hair on. Matter of fact, Terry, I don't even think you would look right with a beard. I think, Terry, if you came in with a beard, I'd be like, hey, man, cut that down, man. Let that go. Oh, no, you do got the beard. No, Terry, you look all right with the beard, too. Let's expose some Terry Butler pictures, ladies and gentlemen. While we're here, let's go ahead and explain. Pretty Ricky is what they call them. Let's go ahead and expose some Terry Butler pictures. In case y'all didn't see it in full, look at Terry Butler. Look at Terry, that's stunningly handsome. Look at him. The white balance is perfect in the picture. He light skin. Even the gray of his beard, it fits. It's symmetrical. It's Terry Butler, man. If I was light skinned, I'd want to be Terry Butler. As a dark skinned man, I'd be Idris. If I was light skinned, Terry Butler. That's all I want. He is a DeBarge. That man is a DeBarge. Look, Terry, everybody knows it. Pretty Ricky. Terry, you know it. Terry, I ain't even gonna lie to you, Terry. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I don't know how the Omegas let you in. I don't know how the Omegas let you in. I know that when you crossed Omega, the Kappas were devastated. I know the Kappas were devastated. Oh, my fault. I know the Kappas were devastated. I know nationally the Kappas was like, he's in, right? We got him. They're like, no, we didn't get Butler. What do you mean we didn't get Butler? What do you mean we didn't get Terry? Marche, and I keep telling this man thinks that this man believes in his heart of hearts that everybody joined the chorus because everybody could sing. They was in chorus because they wanted to look at Terry Butler all class. Just know that's what it is. Man, they ain't there calling you Rhythm of the Night and Instagram, Terry, they calling you Rhythm of the Night, which is hilarious. Be the rhythm of the night, move your body right. Students wanted to take choir and learn music. No, they didn't. The girls in class. Yes, Mr. Butler. Mm-hmm. A minus. I mean, major scales. Yeah, you're a major scale. You're a major hottie. This will mean to the rhythm of the night. And it's okay, Terry. It's all right. Man, ain't nobody mad. You cause people to want to learn. And that's all right. So I usually here with a hat, I use them with glasses. 9 out of 10 times I don't not wear a watch. Now I'm gonna be honest with you. I've got cases of watches. I got so many watches up there. I'm an Invicta guy. I usually wear an Invicta watch, had them on all the time. But since I had a health scare, I'm almost afraid to not wear my Apple Watch. It's a trauma for me. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's a trauma for me. It's a trigger. It's a trigger for me. I feel I gotta go get into therapy, but it's a trigger for me. If I go out without my Apple Watch on, and it ain't about me keeping my steps, whatever, it's about me. And I told you I put too much of my personal business out there. It's really a trigger. It's probably something I need to go and see a therapist about. If I go out that house and I don't have my Apple Watch on, I feel like the worst is gonna happen. I can't see what my heart rate is. I don't know any of those things. I always be worried about it. So I don't even really wear my Invicta watches like that. They just be sitting up there. Every now and again, special occasion or a show. But even if I got a show, I'm going to bring my regular watch, have my Apple Watch on, take it off, put the regular watch on, and I'll go right back. That is my mind state. Like that is the trauma. That's the PTSD. That is the PTSD I suffered. That's a PTSD I suffered. If I could, I'd wear both. If you tell me, man, you gotta go do a show, you gotta have fancy watch on. I put my fancy watch on this arm, Apple Watch on that arm. I'm just that connected to it because I was concerned. That's how I am. That's just how I am. I feel like if anything happened to me, because what ended up happening when I had the medical emergency, it happened so quickly. I feel like, if I had an Apple Watch on, it would have noticed a change in my heart rate. It would have done like I was just blind. So now, no, sir. It's on all the time. All the time. Sleep in it, shower. Number 2, I'm watching my heart rate while I'm number 2. I'm like, all right, good, 77. Keeps me looking at, I stay looking at what it is. They tell you a healthy resting heart rate is between 60 and 100. I try to keep mine down in the 60s. Usually it's right around 68, 60, 67. I ain't even gonna lie to you. That's how I keep it. I'm up there. When I work out, first thing I do is I look at it. Boom, I'm looking at it. Yeah, I gotta know. I'm stuck to it. Other thing I always have on now, ever since July 31st for the last 370 days, I keep my wedding ring on. Terry said, what does my Apple Watch provide consistently? So I can EKG myself anytime I need to. So I can just hit the button, EKG. My heart rate is on there, my respiratory rate, like it keeps all of that kind of stuff. I guess they got those rings people can wear, all those kind of things, but it just keeps a track of everything. And then if my heart rate goes too fast, it'll warn me. If it's too low, it'll tell me and my wife. It'll give all of those. So I keep up with all of that. Like that's what the Apple Watch does for me. I'm not trying to just do an Apple Watch commercial. And I'm sure they got Android ones that do it or ones you can get from Walmart. But that's what I use it for. It's my life alert. You don't want to be like at 45, I got on a life alert, but that's exactly what I got on. 45 years old, got that life alert on. You don't want to admit it at 45 because it's got fall detection. If you get in a crash, it'll tell you that. 45 years old, you got a life alert on. At 45, I'm ready to be like, I've fallen and I can't get up. We don't say the S word around here, Nene, but yeah, they have the same features. And I'm sure they do. What's going on, Snoop? How you, brother? So for the last 370 days, I don't leave nowhere without my wedding ring. I got a wedding ring on. Matter of fact, I had my main wedding ring, and I got about 10 just silicone rings that I can just throw on. Wow, just throw them on, right? So here's my thing. I ain't even finna lie to you. Yesterday, I ain't had my watch on. Horror. But not only did I not have my watch on, I ain't have my wedding ring on. And I went out of town. Man, let me tell you something about me keeping my hand in my pocket. I had my hand in my pocket all day. Ladies, let me ask you this, especially my married ladies. What is your feeling if your husband leaves his wedding ring? Now, a lot of times, and the only solace I get is that not only do I sometimes forget my ring, but my wife sometimes gets her ring. But here's what I'll tell you about that wife of mine. If that lady walks out the house without her wedding ring on, you're gonna see her turn around and come back faster than my uncle came back to get that cake. If she forget that ring, she turning right back around. She's like, oh no, I gotta get back. She turning right around. We were going somewhere one time, we were going out. She's like, oh man, I forgot my ring. I was like, you want me to go back? She's like, absolutely. We turn around. Bow. And see, Denzel, that's the whole thing. That's what made it worse. I was like, I'm out of town with no wedding ring. I was like, Lord have mercy. Because I'm going to tell y'all what, y'all don't think that it happens, but it happens. I had a friend of mine that that is currently, I believe, in pre-divorce. In pre-divorce. And people would hit me up and was like, hey, I noticed John Brown ain't wearing his wedding ring no more. Like, that's what everybody noticed. They ain't noticed anything else about him. He had lost weight, got a new haircut, was wearing different clothes. They like, that man ain't got his wedding ring on. Must be something wrong. So if you see a man yesterday, if y'all noticed on yesterday's show, I didn't have my wedding ring on the show yesterday. I had my ring on yesterday on the show. And that's what I went straight from the show, straight to practice. I never went and grabbed my ring, put it on. Franita said she's attached to her ring. Nene said, well, me, I know it was a mistake if he left it, but he typically doesn't. It don't bother me. I don't normally leave it. That's one thing I got extra ones. When I go play sports, I put the silicone one on. I don't play in my real one. When I'm at the restaurant, I don't wear my real ring. I put one of the silicone rings on. I got spare rings. They all over the place. Got them in my book bag. This is rings all over the place. They got them in different colors, all that. Now, Patricia Pippin is saying, I'm confused. Why are y'all taking it off? Now, I can't. Every night I gotta let it breathe. I might not wear it to bed at night. Some nights I do, some nights I don't. It just depends on how sleepy I am. A lot of times I take it off before bed. I do believe that this part of your finger needs to be washed. Am I wrong? Yeah, the silicone ones, you can get them for like 99 cents. You can get a packet of 8. Then ain't salt. Get whatever you want. And I think you gotta wash this part. Like when you take a shower, like you take it off, right? You be like, I'm getting ready to take a shower, take my ring off. My wife got these little ring holders all over the place. She got one in the kitchen and bathroom. It's like built like a butterfly. It's like a place that you could put those in. You gotta clean your ring. Ring gotta be clean. So you can't just keep it on. I think you should take. Am I wrong in my thinking? Because I was asked, why would you take your ring off? I think you should take it off. Melissa says, if he forgets, it's truly because he forgot. But it doesn't bother me because everybody know him and know he's married. If I forget, I'm going back to get it. Women don't play about that ring. They going back. Here's the thing about women. Here's why I think it's more important for women. Because women going to get hit on. As a woman, you gonna put that ring on, you intensify the amount of hit on you gonna get. Just because a man ain't got a ring on, women ain't fitting to go holler. Like, unless you Terry Butler, that's not your life. I don't live that life. I don't live a life where women are just coming up hollering at me. That's not what I do. That's a man. A woman's life, a woman, you go out like this, it's like men got some kind of detection. Me like it. No ring. And you're going to take that risk. Men are already holler at you with a ring on, but without a ring, it intensifies. If you're going to get hollered at 3 times without a ring, you're going to get hollered at 15 times without. Men, you good. Men, you all right. Unless you're Terry Butler, you all right. Terry, they're just passing out when you walk in the room, and we get it. Melissa said, we usually both wear the silicone rings except for special occasions. And here's my thing. That woman's ring costs too much. You need to put that on. People need to see that. That ring costs way too much. The men's ring, they got them in a bucket in the back, so you ain't even really worried about that. They in a bucket in the back. You can get those a dime a dozen. That lady ring, though, that costs money. You need to let people know that is an investment. We ain't just taking that out. We ain't just taking that out at pastor's anniversary and stuff. No, you wear that all the time. People need to know what I did. Because here's the thing. People judge the man on the woman's wedding ring. People will judge the man. People will judge the man on the ring that she got on. When she hits you with her and that ring ain't right, people are like, oh, I see she married poor. That ring ain't right. They won't even take pictures with it. That ring right, all they be in their pictures. Hey, oh my God, I forgot what I had for lunch today. That's all they doing. That ring ain't right. They judging the man. They ain't even judging you. Matter of fact, they think you are a better person. That ring ain't right. They be like, oh, she married him even though he didn't have any money. Look at that. Behind your back, all your girls is playing it. If your initial wedding ring is whack, I'm telling you now, all your they be side-eyeing your ring. I'm telling you now, if your initial ring is whack, if you rededicate, have a recommitment, whatever you do, you better come real with it. By you can start off small if you young. You can start off small if you young. You get married at a grown-up age, ain't no way. But if you start off, you can start off small when you young. You got to go get the real one by year 5. Year 10, if she ain't blinging by 10, dog, nobody respects you as a husband. Nobody. You are disrespected a husband. If you ain't got the big one by 10, you are being disrespected by a husband. You think you looking like this. That's not what you look like. You ain't no Terry Butler. You ain't no Terry Butler. Let me give y'all this. I'm a minute over. So let me you ain't no Terry Butler. I'm a minute over. Let me get out of here. Let me give y'all the word for the day. I know y'all don't care about the word of the day, but I do. I enjoy it. I would go into expressing how I almost fought my daughter last night, but I'll talk about that tomorrow. So the word of the day today is colloquial. Colloquial, used when people are speaking informally. Colloquial. Colloquial. It's just a hard word to say. I think the word colloquial shouldn't even be a word that we should use for informal because that's such a formal word. It's very, very difficult. Yeah, I almost had to fight my daughter last night. I'm going to get into that tomorrow. Y'all tune in tomorrow. That's a tease, so I can tell y'all what my daughter did last night that made me feel like fighting her. It got real in the house last night. It got real in here last night. Got so real, my wife just walked off and left. It got real in here last night. It got real. Okay, we 2 minutes over, but I'm gonna give y'all the story. It got real in here last night. So last night, kids came over, came home. Last night I decided to cook dinner for them. We had Taco Tuesday because it was Tuesday and I could make tacos. Made 2 different types of tacos. I made steak tacos, made chicken tacos. I think they were fantastic. Ain't no mix. I don't put no mix and nothing in that nature. I don't get the kit. All I need is the shells and hard and soft shells, and I'm doing the rest. Right? I took the beef, sliced it up thin slices of beef. Beautifully done. Beautifully done. Good job. My wife doesn't like beef in her taco. Oh, she doesn't like steak in her tacos. She told me that. So when my wife did, she had chicken tacos. She just had her steak on the side. That's not what the whole conversation was about. That's what it is. So what I felt like yesterday, I said, this is a time that we have some family time together. If you ever get online on Amazon Prime or one of those digital services, they have digital family games that you can play. So I told everybody to come in and play games. My wife, not competitive. She like, no, I'm not competing, but I'll come in and watch. Cool beans. So they came in and watched. So me, my daughter, and my son, we are playing the family games on the thing. Now, I'm competitive. I do not like losing. We get in there and we start playing the games. And there's trivia games. The first game that comes up we play is Wheel of Fortune. We playing Wheel of Fortune. I'm good at Wheel of Fortune. I know that I'm good at Wheel of Fortune. Technology has come to the point where each of us has our phone in our hand. It can be a buzzer. You can buy your vowels and letters right there through the phone. So we're doing a great job of doing that. So we all playing blah, 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 blah. My daughter gets the first. She gets the toss-up question. 2 letters pop up. She's like, ooh, I know it. She gets the toss-up question. I'm already mad. I'm already fuming because I want to win. She gets a toss-up question. Boom. She gets whatever thousands for winning the toss-up question. Round 1 comes up. She controls the wheel. She wins. I get round 2. I control the wheel. I win. But I don't win as much as my daughter won. So it now comes down to round 3 on who's going to win. Now, my son is in there. Deuce is there. But I'm not worried about him. He's still just 14. He's not my main competition. I got to beat my daughter. Here go my son not knowing the answer. Now, she's next. He don't know the puzzle. But if he don't get the puzzle right, it's going to go to her, and she knows the answer to the puzzle. So I got to prod him. I'm like, listen, son, you go to private school too. What's wrong with you? You go to private school too. Answer the question. It's a relaxing day on a tropical island. Answer the question. He act like he don't know his vowels. And what is wrong with you? But he eventually gets it so that she blocked her from getting it. But she won because she had won the bonus round, the toss-up round in the beginning. So she won. She gets to the final. I'm like, okay, cool. You beat us in Wheel of Fortune. What's next? Musical trivia. We go play a musical trivia game. Name the song. Music quiz. I'm like, cool. This is going to be one I win. I try to be fair and pick genres that I think everybody knows. I picked 2010s, the 90s, and kids movies. 2010s, the 90s, and kids movies. I'm thinking 90s is your boy. Why? Neither one of them was alive in the 90s. Neither one of them. Neither one of them were born in the 1900s. So I'm figuring I'm good to go. This savant apparently spends all her time listening to music. Songs pop on one note, she buzzing. Man, hit me, baby, one more time. Why do you know that song? She calling out songs for people that I don't even know. So she beats us in musical trivia. We go and play. Every game we play, my daughter wins, and then she gonna get up and talk about, it's time for me to go to bed now. I have to be to work. No, you gonna play until I win. You sit down. Your father is speaking. You sit your hind parts down until I win one of these games. We played an emoji game. You had to guess the emoji. She buzzing, pan, winning. No, cuz that's not what's gonna happen in this house. You're not gonna keep beating me in my house. She's like, well, Dad, I gotta be to work at 7:30. You should have thought of that before you volunteered to play family night. You can't go to bed until I win. And you better not let me win. That's what I told her, hon. You was gone. I told her my wife had to get up. She saw me losing. She had to leave. She couldn't see her husband like this. She saw her husband losing games constantly, and I was no longer man of the house. So my wife got up and left. She shook her head in shame at me. And when I saw that, I was like, oh no, this ain't happening. So you a sore loser. No, I don't lose. It's not a familiar feeling to me. I think people who are gracious losers are used to being losers. I'm not that. I don't like losing, not gonna lose. So that's why I almost fought my daughter last night. I did. All right, y'all, it's 8 minutes past the hour of 9 o'clock. It's time for me to get out of here. If you are around, she better not let me win either. I'm gonna be able to tell if you're trying hard or not. I'm your daddy. If you are around, I am, let me see, in about 30 minutes, going 20 minutes now. It should have been 30. I am going to be on, I tried to get it right yesterday. I didn't get it right. 2 days ago, I said I was going to be on this podcast. I had it all wrong, but it's actually today. Today is the day that I am actually on this podcast. So I'm pretty excited about that. Let me find it. I gotta find it. The young lady who tagged me, where to go? It was in there somewhere, so I could tell people where to go to watch it. But it's gonna be live on her name is Yolanda Hinton. And let me find. I gotta go. I'm really bad at these things. Live at 9:30. The Married Man Roll, FYI radio show is what it's called. The FYI radio show. And I'll be on there today. The FYI radio show. Y'all can go check that out in about 20 minutes if you ain't got nothing else to do. Or even if you got something to do, go over there and check that out. So that'll be live. We're gonna have a good time on there, I guess. I don't know. But there's the flyer for it. So we'll see what happens. I got 370 days in and people asking me questions. I don't know what's wrong with people. And that's exactly what I'm going to tell all the top. I got 370 days in. I don't know what I'm talking about. All right, man, I'm out, man. Make sure y'all make somebody feel good today. Even if that somebody happens to be you, I'll be back tomorrow, same place, same time. We'll be out.
Kick your shoes off, take a load off. Don't go nowhere till the show's off. Oh, you know it's gonna be a movie when you got Clayton's Cassidy on your TV. Yeah, already know Mr. Funny Man. Yeah, coming to you and making you laugh again. Started off on the radio, now we got the Clayton's Cassidy show. Yeah.